Ha 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 ha. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Joe Levy experiment. Today's going to be a very interesting experiment today. Today's going to be a very fun experiment, very experimental experiment. Today, we are getting ready for battle. For those of you guys who don't know, I am doing a roast battle this Sunday at Lucky Jack's at around 10 o'clock. And who's my opponent? None other than YellowPaco. Now, we have a couple of things to dive into. First things first, what is a roast battle? A roast battle is where two comedians, in this case, one real comedian and one wannabe has-been fake loser comedian, will face off and tell each other 5 jokes, making fun of each other tit for tat. So one person says a joke about this guy, one person says a joke about this guy, I call him ugly, he calls me Jewish, I call him Asian, he says I have a weird nose, I say he's a weird dick. We fight to the death in front of a crowd, a live studio audience, except it's not in a studio. So the person I'm facing up against is this internet has-been named YellowPaco. So what is a YellowPaco? Who is a YellowPaco? How do we destroy a YellowPaco? Can we destroy YellowPaco? Is he real? Is he fake? These are all the questions we're going to be answering today when we delve into this topic of who this animal is. So, for this roast battle, all I need to do is come up with 5 jokes to make fun of this guy. I can make fun of his appearance. I can make fun of his look. I can make fun of his sexual inappropriate allegations. I can make fun of the fact that he's Asian. I can do all of these things. But all I need is really 5 jokes. Then you may be saying, hey, Joe, I have 2 questions. Question number 1. You only need 5 jokes. Is this video really necessary? Do you really need to make a video making fun of this person when all you gotta do is write 5 jokes? Can't you write 5 jokes in peace? Why are you bothering me? That'd be your first question. Your second question might be, hey Joe, isn't this supposed to be a code amongst comedians? Isn't this going a little too far? Aren't you crossing the line? Shouldn't you keep the mean insults on the battlefield itself instead of making it a public situation? And to answer those 2 questions, I have 2 words. 2 words to answer your 2 questions. I'm built different. Understand that? I am built different. So today, we'll be taking a look into the downfall of this man. I mean, this guy once had a career. This guy was once making YouTube videos with Nigahiga. Nigahiga was at one time the most subscribed YouTuber on the entire channel. Imagine this. Imagine Mr. Beast, one of Mr. Beast's sidekicks, right? Imagine Chris from Mr. Beast now doing a roast battle against me. You'd be like, dude, what the hell happened? How did this person fall from grace so much? Exactly. That's what we're delving into today. I mean, the fact this person is even doing a roast battle against me just shows how low and pathetic their career has gotten. So let's start off. Who is Paco, otherwise known as YellowPaco? So YellowPaco is let's say a fellow, I don't want to say Chinese, I don't want to say Korean, let's say a weird looking individual. He looks like he's eating a squid while looking like a squid at the same time. He looks like the type of thing your chef would pull out at a hibachi dinner and make a joke about rehearsed for the millionth time. He looks like if the seafood volcano at hibachi actually exploded up his butthole. He looks like a very disturbed individual right now. Let's delve into his history. So as I mentioned, he used to make YouTube videos with the most subscribed YouTuber at the channel at the time, named Nigahiga. That was his name. I'm not being inappropriate. I'm not even going to make a hack joke about his name because that's been done to death. So this video was around 5 years ago at the height of his powers. Maybe not the height of his powers, but, somewhere in the middle, late end of his prime. Kind of like Kobe with Pau Gasol. Not his prime, but still putting up serious numbers. Now, I need to know everything about this guy. This video is a reconnaissance video. People have told me things about this guy. But I need to actually see it for myself. Like, I've heard he's unfunny. I've heard he's creepy. I heard he once let someone spit in his mouth. I heard he's unsettling to be around. I heard he wanted to be a teacher and failed at that because he wasn't allowed children. I've heard a lot of things about this guy that I'm gonna roast, but I myself need to see for myself what he's all about. So, Back in the day, they made this video called Who Knows Paco Best. Now, the reason they made this video is he was kind of the whipping boy of the crew. He was the weirdo of the crew. He was the guy in the crew that everybody made fun of and nobody respected. And the only reason he was in the crew is so they could make fun of him and he let them bully them. So they're playing this fun game called Who Knows Paco Best. So let's see who knows Paco best. They're all going to try to guess his last name. Then he's going to say what is at his... They're all... Let me calm down. Let me calm down. Paco, you seem like a good guy. I'm going to calm down. I want to actually try to analyze you. Okay, so...
I have no idea how to spell your...
And 3, 2, 1.
I think it's William Taylor?
Taylor. I forgot the Taylor.
William Taylor.
Griggs. Oh, man, I think Dana did it right.
Oh, man.
Derek spelled William wrong, too. Dana is correct.
God,
William Taylor.
Okay, so his real name is not Paco. His alias is Picaro, but his real name is William Taylor Picaro. And this actually brings me to my first problem with this guy. You know, his parents probably moved to this country. And instead of giving him a weird name like, you know, Sugar Fish or Chinese Chopsticks or, you know, Fortune Cookie, they actually had the respect for him and they actually gave him a real name called William Taylor Picaro. That's a respectable name. And what does he do? He takes that name and he goes up to act like a fool on the internet. I mean, look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Yo, do you like Pepsi or Coke? And I'm always like, why would you drink Pepsi when you can snort that good shit? Yeah.
Does that look like a William to you? Is that how a William should act? No, this is how a William should act. So this actually brings me to my main point with this guy. And this is actually the reason we're going to have to figure this out together. Let's figure this out. I can't tell from this guy if he's not being himself or there's no himself to be. Because when I first look at this guy, right, I first look at how he looks. You know, he does like weird stunts on the internet. I look at kind of his like overall demeanor. You know, like look at this video.
Remove the first and last letter of your name. Let's see how cool is your new name.
Rag city bitch, city bitch, city bitch, rag.
So when I see stuff like this, and I see stuff like this, and I see stuff like, you know, this just like embarrassing stuff.
Who's ready for the naked challenge?
No, I don't. We're not ready for the naked challenge. Please put away your naked challenge. When I see stuff like this, I think, is he trying to copy Bobby Lee? Is he trying to copy Filthy Frank? Is he not able to be himself? Or is there no himself to be? Is himself just a vapid hole of a man who's just, there's not, like, if you told me be myself, I would just be myself. But some people, you tell them be themselves and they just start copying John Wick. They start copying Captain America. They start copying Tony Stark. There are some people who have just consumed so much media and have isolated from themselves so much and have not talked to themselves for so long. They lost the ability and they lost who themselves are as a person. So that's what I'm going to try to figure out here. Is he himself? I mean, is he not being himself, or is he being himself, but himself is just an amalgamation of other people he's seen, so he doesn't have a real personality? Okay, so he said his real name is William Taylor. Okay, so let's we got to write things down, because we got to come up with 5 jokes. So his name is William Taylor. Okay, William Taylor Picaro. Okay, so that could be big. His name is William Taylor Picaro. William Taylor Picaro. It sounds like William Table... Retardido. No, we'll come back to that. Okay, so now here's something that kind of bothered me. Here's something that actually bothered me about this, because I was watching this video. I'm trying to get information about this guy. So here's the video. Here's where they ask him what your favorite color is. Right? They ask him what your favorite color is, and let's see how he answers. Okay, let's go here. Do.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. What's his favorite color? Yeah, so they say pink. Okay, they're saying pink. He's saying orange. He's saying pink, which that's not great. If you're a guy and you ask a bunch of guys what your favorite color is, you don't want them saying pink. You just don't. I'm sorry. You could be the biggest progressive, liberal, Bernie Sanders, AOC fanfic writer. You don't want them saying pink. Come on.
Pink, orange. My favorite color is maroon.
What?
Orange. My favorite color is maroon.
See, this is what I'm talking about. No, it's not. Your favorite color is not maroon. Maroon isn't even a real color. Dude, if maroon's a real color, name one thing that's maroon. You couldn't. I just asked you guys, name one thing that's maroon. And all the thousands of fractions, all the 3 people watching this could not name one color that's maroon. You want to know why? Because maroon isn't a real color. Dude, some people just want to act different for the sake of being different. It's like, dude, just say yellow. Just say orange. Just say green. You know what's happening here? Is that he's doing this video with his friends. And he could tell, they don't really know me the way I want them to know me. It's clear these 6 people, they don't really care about you. You're a joke to them. They never liked you. That's why they kicked you out of their crew the second you got into trouble, because you never meant anything to them. And he's starting to sense it. They're asking him basic questions about his name. They're asking him how many girlfriends he had. They're asking him just basic stuff any friend would know, and none of them know it. So what does he do? He has to lie. He has to pretend he's smarter than he is. That way they might start to respect him subconsciously. So when they ask him, hey, what's your favorite color? He says, they don't respect me. They don't like me. They're not my real friends. You know what I'll do? I'll act like I'm above it all. Oh, you know what my favorite color is? My favorite color is maroon. Oh, you thought I would say yellow because my name is YellowPaco. No. My favorite color is maroon. By the way, yellow is a great color. Just say your favorite color is yellow. Yellow is a very versatile color. Yellow can be very versatile from, oh, look how beautiful and bright and happy the sun is. I have a chicken pen right here. It's yellow. Yellow could be a very bright, happy, amazing, joyous color. And yellow could also be warning, danger ahead, the yellow lines in the middle of the road. So I know you're running from your true self. Your true self is to say yellow is my favorite color. The truth is, just embrace that. Embrace the beauty of yellow. Embrace the duality of yellow. And maybe then you'll have some real friends who actually like you. So now, I keep mentioning he got into some weird scandal, and I don't even want to get into it that much, because honestly, the fact that he was accused of some inappropriate behaviors is the least of my worries about him. I'm more concerned with his inability to be himself. But just so you know, he was accused of some inappropriate behaviors, always high society, falutin, high status friends ditched him, and where did he go? Where do all sexual predators where nowhere else to turn go? Stand-up comedy. So then he started doing stand-up comedy. I mean, look at this guy. Look at his face. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. I mean, he looks high. Somehow his eyes are shorter. Could that be anything? He looks like his eyes are closed together because he's high or he's Asian. Okay, I can probably do something with his eyes. Remember, folks, we just need 5 jokes here. Okay, cool. Okay, so basically, let me kind of give you the situation, right? Do you guys know Josh Nash? Josh Nash was this untalented, unfunny comedian, old hack, weirdo guy. And he kind of became friends with David Dobrik, and David Dobrik befriended this unfunny comedian and made this unfunny comedian very successful, right? That's the story of Josh Nash. And this is kind of the story, but in reverse. There's this guy who's unfunny. He befriends this YouTuber influencer and then becomes a stand-up comedian. So this guy is kind of like an Asian, younger Josh Nash with the reverse story. Okay, so now he starts doing stand-up comedy, and honestly, he's not as bad as I thought he would be, right? So, listen, a lot of comedians are telling me he's unfunny, and he's a hack, and, he lets people spit in his mouth, and he's unrespected. But that's what other people are saying about him. I don't know that. So I started watching some of his stand-up, and honestly, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. So, listen, it is a little race-baity. It is very, he's getting a lot of white guilt laughs, but it's not as horrible as I thought it would be. So let's take a look at some of his thing. Okay, let's watch some of his comedy right here. Okay.
You guys remember that 1 month though we were just beating up Asians?
No, I was not beating up anybody.
Yo, that was wild, right? That was intense. It was getting so intense, I was telling people I was Hawaiian.
That's because you're a code switcher and you have no loyalty. That's not because it's just because you're fake and you don't see exactly. Exactly. even in his comedy, the inability to be himself comes out in full light, right? So the premise of this bit is the second danger comes, he switches, right? So it's a very common theme with this guy. He has no loyalty to anything. He has no actual personality. He just goes whatever the flow is and does not stand on anything.
Oh, we were just beating up Asians? Yo, that was wild, right? That was intense. It was getting so intense, I was telling people I was Hawaiian. I was like, yo, hello, not hello. Relax.
This isn't Bushwick, by the way. These are white guilt laughs. Don't think these are white guilt, I'm a scared white person laughs. I'm telling you, 100%.
What if you want to hate crime in Asian and you just end up fighting a black belt? Your whole perspective changes. You're gonna be like, yo, we gotta stop Asian hate because Asians hate harder.
Okay, get in the big laugh there. So here's the thing. He might actually have some good jokes about me because I was watching another one of his roast battles and he doesn't seem as unfunny and presentable on stage as I thought he was. So, it's going to be a little bit more difficult than I thought. So I think that the main things I'm going to go off here, because again, we need just top five things to make fun of him. So I think the main thing I'm going to talk about is how he was accused of some sex crimes, right? I feel uncomfortable saying that on the internet because I really don't know the details of them. But I mean, it's common knowledge. I mean, if you ask ChatGPT about you and ChatGPT mentions how you're a pervert, not a great look. Okay, so I think so first I'm going to make one joke about how he's Asian, right? You got to go off to the Asian stuff. I'm definitely going to mention how he's unfunny because I think it will get him. I think if I mention how he's a fraud and nobody thinks he's funny, I think that stuff will actually get in his head and it will start to make him lay psychologically. Okay, I'm definitely going to mention how I think he's ugly. Now, he's not an ugly guy, right? So, okay, he's actually not an ugly guy, right? So here's, again, he could be hot, he could be ugly. He kind of goes with the flow depending on what's better at that moment. He's a shapeshifter in a way, right? A code switcher, right? So the reason I'm going to mention how he's unfunny and ugly, even though he's not completely unfunny and ugly, is because I kind of want to get in his head and start messing him with psychologically. Then I should bring up the dick pic stuff. He sent some unsolicited dick pics, which, listen, I mean, who hasn't? I mean, me and every other normal member of society, but besides that, who hasn't? So I'll mention that. And here's what I'm gonna mention how all his friends betrayed him and that none of his friends stood by him because they knew the reality of his life and I was kind of a deep and sad and pathetic person. So I think that's what I'm going to do for the most part. I hope I win. I mean, listen, this is more of a reconnaissance video. It's not really this video wasn't meant to be kind of destroying this guy. It was more meant for me to get information about him and see what I could do. So if you guys are interested, come this Saturday, 9 p.m. at Lucky Jack's, maybe 10 p.m. Follow me on Instagram to really check out. At the Joe Levy on Instagram. I posted the flyer there. I'll post the flyer right here as well. So come to that show. I'm gonna be roasting this guy. And come cheer me on, boo me. I mean, this guy is pathetic. I mean, really, the fact that he's even doing a roast battle against someone like me just shows how pathetic his career has gotten. So thank you guys so much and have a great day. I'm all about spreading positivity and love on this channel. I love you. You guys love me. World peace, inshallah. Am Yisrael Chai, all this beautiful stuff. So thank you.